Hello everyone, once again. Welcome officially to your AIU graduation. Thank you for coming here. I've had a chance to speak to a few of you so far today. I hope to be able to speak to a lot more of you throughout the day and get to know a little bit about your story, what you've been doing, what you'd like to accomplish, and how AIU can continue to be a part of your success going forward. Let me grab this door. So, hi, are you coming in?
Yes, I'm coming in.
Okay, no problem. So now that you've graduated from an institution that AIU sees education as a human right. So to be a human right educational institution, what does that mean? For us, more than 25 years ago, the idea of representing education as a human right was to increase access to education, to increase academic freedom. And that's really what we've been all about for the past 25 years, bringing academic freedom to students who, like you, are adults, who have a certain background, have certain skills, unique abilities, and in fact you are unique and unrepeatable. And just like each of you is unique and unrepeatable, your university is also unique and unrepeatable. Each of you has done probably the hardest thing that you can do academically, and that is develop a program yourself. Each of you has gone through phase one. Who struggled a little bit in phase one in thinking about what they wanted to accomplish, thinking about what they did in the past? Any hands? I see you're nodding heads. Okay, so that is probably the hardest thing to do because a lot of people haven't taken the chance to stop and say, okay, let me reflect. What have I done with my life up to this point? Am I happy with that? Am I satisfied with that? And most importantly, now that I'm at AIU, now that I have the chance to take an academic program, what do I want to accomplish? What is my purpose in life? So that challenge, for a lot of students, they are not able to overcome it. It's not easy, to define those things, to find the purpose, and then use your program as the foundation to hopefully achieve that purpose, that goal, or find your purpose. Many of us are going through life and we haven't had a chance to really figure out if it's what we want to do. We're just kind of, taken by the tides, taken by the wind, and the idea of the phase one of the program is to really confront what you've done to this point, and most importantly, what you want to do, how you want to accomplish it. And so, as of now, I'd like to say that each and every one of you is a university of one. So congratulations. And you're a university of one because you did this program yourself. You really have. I talked to a couple of you to ask, have you used artificial intelligence? Have you used the tools that we've added to your virtual campus? Can I see a show of hands? I know everybody's heard of it, right? We've sent you emails, we've notified. Everybody's heard that we have artificial intelligence in the virtual campus. Is that right? Okay, good. So that's a consensus, okay? Now, a show of hands. Who have even tried it? Who have, played around with it, put a little prompt? Okay, we got one gentleman. We have more, no? 2, 3, okay. A few hands. Okay, great. So let me share with you this. About a month ago, I attended an educational conference where universities attended. Okay, this was an event hosted by ASIC. There were over 100 participants. So these are institutions just like AIU from around the world. Do you know what the #1 topic ended up being? How to implement artificial intelligence in education. But the conference began with everybody questioning, how do we integrate artificial intelligence ethically? How do we stop it? How do we prevent our students from cheating? How do we prevent our students from not learning? But guess what? By the second day, after sharing with the other institutions that we've already implemented it, that we already have 3 tools, and that now we're working towards having AI propose a program for you by reading and reviewing your phase 1. So your phase 1, we can grab all that information, put it into a prompt, ask ChatGPT with that unique data to propose to you something that's ideal for you. This is better in our tests so far. It is better than what any of our human academic advisors can do. And that's not to say that our human academic advisors are not amazing. Absolutely they are. Some of you guys met Dr. Edward Lambert in the live classes. I was in some of the live classes the first 3 months. You've met Dr. Franklin Balsine in the live classes, Antonella, other team members. So the idea is for the AIU vision is for you to have academic freedom, for you to be able to develop the program that you feel best prepares you to achieve your dreams, to find your purpose. And that's really what I want to share with you today, because none of the other institutions that I met at that conference had yet even implemented AI. They were still debating whether they should use it or shouldn't use it, whether they should enforce or find some type of a tool that will detect if students are using AI. But guess what? Guess what is the reality? If you're not using AI today, you will fall behind. Because as soon as one of your colleagues starts using it, they will be 5 times more productive. And it is not, the AI is like any other tool. It's just like the internet. It's just like your cell phone. It's just like the calculator. When the calculator came out, you didn't have to manually calculate everything. So it's just like Excel doing regressions and statistical analysis. It's an additional tool that you have. So it's important that you use the tools. We welcome you to use the ChatGPT, DALL-E, Mid-Journey. They're all integrated in your platform. And we're adding additional tools. We just added a tool that if you find a PDF, maybe you go to the online library and you find a 200-word PDF, and say, look, this is a very relevant topic to what I want to do. Instead of spending 15 hours reading it, it's a PDF reader. So what it can do is you give it the PDF, and it can give you a summary of what's in the PDF. So then you can then go through 5 or 6 or 10 in the same amount of time to go through one. And if you find something interesting, you can go deeper into the PDF. And explore it further. Your AIU family has never been closer. Look around you. Look at each other's faces if you can. Take a moment. Seriously, yeah, turn around. Look around you. Almost like if we're in a Sunday service. Look around. Give the sign. Give the sign of brotherly love and friendship to each other. And you never know who might be sitting next to you. We've had the pleasure of having 2 presidents, 1 presidential candidate, and countless others who have contributed greatly to humanity. In our last graduation in March, we held this same event. And the idea of this event is not for me to talk, but it's for you to share what you would like to accomplish. It's for you to share what your AIU pledge is, how you pledge to contribute to the 2030 UNESCO Sustainable Development Goals. So it doesn't matter what your major is. You could be studying psychology, public health, engineering, business. There's 2 or 3 SDG goals that apply to you that you can contribute to. And so I'd like to go as much as we can, if you can share either what you have accomplished already, what you're working on, or what you would like to accomplish. Because the whole purpose of the AIU pledge is to say, look, I'm a privileged person. You're in this beautiful city. You've been able to make the journey all the way from far and wide. You've graduated, many of you I see with your doctorate hats and gowns. Some of you bachelor's, master's graduates. A lot of you might be a first time in your family graduating with a degree. So that brings a responsibility to give back and to help others achieve what you have done, to bring them along with you. So you never know who you might be sitting next to. Anyways, let's start with, is there anybody who would like to share a little bit of what they've been working on as far as their contributions to society or their contributions to some of the sustainable development goals? Let me let me bring a microphone for you. Thank you. So this is, I've been informed that this is a very sensitive microphone. So you can hold it kind of here. Please join us. And you can share in a few minutes anything in particular that you'd like to share about what you're doing, what inspires you.
Okay.
And
about the SDGs?
If you would like to include the SDGs, that's fine. If it's something in particular that that's not related to that, that's also fine.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Muhammad Ayash. I'm originally from Lebanon, but I'm living in United Kingdom. Thank you, first of all, AIU family, for all your support and all your guidance through my research preparation. It was beautiful 2 years with all your guidance.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to discuss SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals by United Nations, because my PhD based on this goal, and especially on the goals related to the energy saving and to the sustainable development, because my first major, I'm an architect, and I studied architecture, and specifically in the energy saving. In my company, I have development company. We are working since 10 years how we can do the best development, the best engineering design based on the items related to energy saving and to energy efficiency, or how we can protect the environment and the climate from the beginning of the concept. Because it's very, very essential to draft your first sketches in architecture, taking into consideration the sustainable items and the sustainable materials, not only the energy. Maybe the lighting, we have to choose the best light. Maybe in the paint, we have to choose, for example, the water-based paint, not the oil paint, because the water-based, we can protect the environment. And after that, you have to educate your people in your office, your architect, your engineers, how we can take it as mandatory in their design. In addition of that, you are responsible, not only the government responsible in each country. As individuals, we are responsible. As companies, there is responsibility. The councils and the cities, NGOs, if all of us taking into consideration these rules, we can reach certain level by the protecting of our communities, and to be aligned with the SDGs. And the second point, very important, the ESG principle, because it's focusing only on the environment. By respecting these rules, we can create beautiful cities. I choose my
Welcome.
Continue? Okay. Yes. Yes, I choose my title, the title of my PhD, in the Sustainable Parametricism Architecture. And the goal this title to create bioclimatic cities and morphogenesis communities. What does it mean? When we are talking morphogenesis, we are talking about creating building fully integrated with the nature and fully respecting the environment, okay? And after that, you have to choose a country. I choose United Kingdom because I'm living there and there is a base, okay? And when I went to one of the council in the north of UK, the people in the council so excited because they was surprised of the title of my research, okay? And the support from my tutors in AIU was excellent. The purpose of the PhD to prepare a research. I prepared more than 25 assignments. You cannot imagine 25 assignments. It's not required. It's not required.
Because you went above and beyond, yeah.
Yeah. Because I put each chapter, and I studied the SDGs, all the 17 goals. But I'm focusing on only 3 related to the environment and to the energy saving.
Let's give a round of applause too.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So morphogenic. Is that right? Morphogenic architecture? To be holistic with nature. Please, ma'am, come on up. You can be next. Try, if you can, like you've done, share something specific. For example, one of the important things in our AIU pledge is to try to measure our impact. How would you define if you're having an impact or not? If there is a way that you would like to measure yourself, you can share that with us as well. Please, welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Magdalena Jalwi from St. Lucia. Into health. I'm a health educator and registered nurse midwife. And with the Sustainable Development Plan, I know by 2030, they are trying to lessen the impact of chronic diseases, okay? And that's one of my babies. We all know that non-communicable diseases is a major problem in your country, in my country, in the entire world. And they keep doing things and like it's just not working. But over the years, I've shown that commitment to really make a difference. And I think with the help of God, I am making a difference. As he
Ricardo?
He said,
yeah.
your impact, it is done on an individual, a community, and I'm trying to penetrate the agencies like IDF. I am in connection with them right now. Well, my abstract will be in a few days' time, my e-post and abstract will be displayed by International Diabetes Federation. And I am the zone leader for my country, where I work right now for diabetes there. I intend doing some work there. But how the impact is visible, I go to churches and different institutions, and I return. When I return, I see people lose weight. I see people look better, and they come to me and said, it really works. Because I have my brochures, diabetes brochures, different brochures I make. I have a program, and whenever I do consultation, there must be, as long as the person takes it seriously, there will be a positive change. The HbA1c will go down, or the pressure will go down, the cholesterol will go down, and stuff like that. And how this is done, it's a different approach in the education. It's root cause analysis. that is what was missing. I mean, we have agencies like PAHO and these agencies. I'm not sure if they knowingly or willfully do not go that direction, but I am trying to penetrate so that this can happen.
There's a lot of
Because
interest.
that's the only way it happens, root cause analysis. You tell the people why this is happening. For example, in the case of diabetes, okay? Not even diabetes only, chronic diseases,
Yes.
high blood pressure, diabetes, and stuff. You tell them things like, okay, insulin production, high production of insulin does cause diabetes and high blood pressure. It's proven by research. You tell the people, and you also tell them what causes the high production of insulin.
Correct.
And when they know that from the very root, then they can actually say, oh, and go and change. Just recently for International Diabetes Day, the 14th of November, I decided to have an exhibition with, I targeted the liver and the pancreas. The liver is the main place to store insulin, to store sugar, sorry, and the pancreas is where the insulin is produced. So if these two organs are not well kept, then what happens? You have no storage for the sugar, it will spill back into the blood. And if your pancreas is not in good condition, this too will be problematic. And the area where I work, alcoholism is a problem. So this is another reason why I targeted the liver. And I showed them all what destroys the liver.
Fantastic.
Like the alcohol, the high fructose corn syrup,
All the
and
oils.
everything. So at the end of the day, some people will tell, oh, I did not realize, I did not know that. But I go to the church. I'm telling you, 3 weeks I went to a church, and I did a health presentation with them on healthy eating. And I went back 3 weeks after, and we will call, looking for your number to call you, to ask you for your brochures. It really works. My sugar gone down, my pressure gone down, and I hate all the time.
Fantastic.
All the time, it's evident. So root cause analysis, and I want to go as far as I can, as high as I can, because I have discovered in the research I have done, in the experiments I have had, I know that it works, and this is what the world needs to do. Stop fooling the people and giving them more and more medication without educating them in the proper way so that they will get out of the diseases.
Fantastic. Well, you know, knowledge is power, and I'd like to invite you, if you are available, to talk a little bit about those two organs and some of the highlights to our live classes to try to reach as big an audience as possible. So I promised her, then we'll go with you. And I just want to ask one request. If you can please keep it short so that we have time, because now, at first, it was a little bit, thank you for breaking the ice, my friend. But now we have a lot of encouraged speakers. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Olubomo Esther Mudisala from Nigeria. I did the PhD program in social work, and I majored in human resources. And
Congratulations.
thank you. What I've been doing, and I continue to do, is addressing the gender imbalance. And in addressing the gender imbalance, I made sure, because as a human resource person, there's a lot that is required from us. And so I do a lot. For example, in recruitment, it's not going to be by gender. It's not who you know. It is whether you have the competence or not. And also, when we give a project to people to run, what I've noticed is you find the female gender, they're always withdrawn. When you ask them and their male counterpart to, during appraisal, you say, appraise yourself, rate what you've done. You see that they're so modest in appraising themselves. When you tell them on the scale of 1 to 5, rate yourself, you say, like 2.53 is okay. And you see the guy who hasn't done so much, rating 4.5, even rating a 5. So I have this goal to work on the female gender and say to them, you can be everything you want to be.
Yes.
You can be everything you want to be. Some of them, when they come to me, in fact, at a point, a lady said she spoke to a sister, a lady, she was in labor, and she was saying, I can't do this. I know, she was just saying she was going to die, and I called her, I said, so she was in the hospital, and then she called me that she was in the hospital. Then I went there to visit, and I said to her, you are bigger than what you think you are. You see that child there is waiting for you to make a declaration over his or her life. So you are going to rise up like a man and a lion that you are. So you are not even a lion. Yeah. A lioness is stronger than a lion. Yes. Because it's a lioness that goes about making the food. And the lion guy sits there eating the food, you know. And I said, look, you are stronger than what you think you are. You're going to close your eyes and tell yourself you can do this. She said she called her sister in Canada and said to her, I spoke to Esther, and she said, that one, she will tell you things that you will dare the devil and slap the devil. I said, yes, because I know you can do it. And this is what God has helped me to do, telling people you can do it, especially the female gender. And that is why when I have them in departments and in teams and in projects, I make sure I balance that gender. You can't be all male. I'm not against the male gender, don't think otherwise. But it is that gender needs to be balanced. That lady, that girl needs to be empowered. She needs to be told, you are not less than that boy. You are not inferior. And that was why, you know, I'm going to close this way. I'm a twin, and I have a twin brother. And my mom took after my twin brother. My dad took after me. And my mom felt my twin brother is smarter than me. And she loved me as a mother. But you can see that she's more, more towards my twin brother. If she says don't do things, I'm a very obedient student. If you say don't do it, I won't do it. But Mike will do it, and nothing is going to come out of it. But if I do it, then there will be drama. So I said to myself, so she got into university before me. And I was always at home, taking care of the home. And I told myself, I'm going to be the best in this family. The first master holder and the first PhD holder. And so when I was going to get married, I told my husband, I'm not going to get married until I achieve this PhD thing. And my dad said, no, not in my house. You are old enough to leave. You need to leave right now. Or else people will start making jest of me. You need to leave. And I told him, I said, I want to do my master's. So myself and my husband got into the master's program together. But he had to withdraw because of me, because we didn't have money for the two of us. So he withdrew and said, you can go ahead. And when my result came, it was a PhD result. And he said, I want you to go for your PhD. And I'm so grateful to God that I'm here today. And that is the power of the female child. Fantastic. And I keep doing this. Yes. Please keep doing it. Tell them they can do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words. Madame, welcome, introduce yourself.
I'll try to keep it short. My name is Fimi. I have a doctorate degree in biology from AIU. I wanted to actually thank Dr. Lambert, my advisor, as well as all the nice mentors that I have had. So my background is actually in chemistry, biochemistry, and I have worked in a research industry for over 25 years. this education here in AIU has actually helped me to refine the thought process and, in a way, a storytelling for what I like to do. And I have learned, how to focus on a project from various areas to be able to deliver a final project.
Yes.
My goal, so what I do in the industry is I work in protein sciences.
Protein sciences.
And I have helped designing molecules that provide cure for oncology, cardiovascular, and immunology.
Fantastic.
I'm hoping that with this accomplishment here, I can implement some of what I have learned into what I'm doing in the industry. We are designing platforms by using a machine learning to come up with better format for proteins, to be able to have better protein designs for various targets. So in a sense, hoping to find molecules that provide that are better targets and with less side effects. So with this,
Proteomics, no?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Hi to everybody.
Hello.
Hello. And at first, I would like to congratulate everybody with getting these diplomas. I wish everybody success in your workplaces or at your offices, and also me.
Yes.
I am an English teacher. I have been teaching for 40 years at the university. Yes.
And your name?
My name is Elira. I am from Azerbaijan.
Welcome.
I like my profession. At first, I didn't want to get any degrees, but then suddenly I decided to continue my education, and I began from PhD. My topic was discourse analysis, and after getting my diploma on PhD, I decided again to continue. Everybody says, oh, she's old, why you are continuing? But I said that I will study till my death. And one day when I was at home, my grandson phoned me and began to cry. I asked him, why are you crying? He said, I don't want to do my home task, but my sister says that, you see, your grandmother, you will study till the end of your life. And he says, Grandma, is it right that I have to study till my death? I said, yes, you see, like me. Now, I am very happy to studying here. I see everybody here, and I am happy. My topic was understanding is the leading direction in the psycholinguistics. I would like to ask you some questions. Yes. Did you understand your life, the meaning of your life? Did you understand why we are here now? Why did we decide to get scientific degree, to continue our education? I think that in the life, understanding is the really leading direction in our life, at school, at home, at our working places. Do you agree with me?
Yes, yes. If not, you're lost.
And
yes.
I wish everybody success in their life and workplaces.
Thank you very much. And with 40 years of teaching, if you had 30 students per class, you've impacted at least 700 lives just by yourself. So.
And when I go somewhere, I always meet
Yeah. They always remember you.
How inspiring. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Rita LaRocque, and I come from Uganda. I'm
Welcome.
struggling in the US. It's very cold. My country is the best, has the best weather, and you're welcome. I think globally we struggle with mental health, severe mental health problems everywhere, and it's a growing disease.
Yes.
It's directly within the SDGs with health. In my country, there are news headlines that we are going to be mad. In the next 50 years, all of us will be mad. And so it's very concerning for me because my background is public health. And I work with refugees, and Uganda hosts quite a number of refugees. And many of them are young people that struggle with mental health, depression, anxiety.
Yes.
And this really inspired me to do something within psychology, building onto my public health. I was able to test something that I'm excited about, a mixed sport therapy that has 98% efficacy.
Wow.
So simply with 3 months of mixed sport therapy, I can get you better.
Wow.
I have recently
Sport
started. Yes,
and
sport.
psychology.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It's beautiful. I will lose some weight, I'm sure, as I get to practice this. But we want to work with another 16,000 youth in the next 1 year to get them
How many?
better. 16,000.
16,000. Wow.
refugee youth.
Congratulations. Unbelievable.
So I'm looking forward to this on a daily basis. I'm starting an in-practice psychology corner. I have, if you look at my status, every day there is a practice for you to do. And I'm happy to talk to you about this later. And there are very little things you can do to really be well.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Just get the body moving, right? Get the body moving, you automatically feel well. Madame, I'll get you next.
Thank you. Wow, I'm humbled and filled with gratitude today.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great blessing to be here, and I'm filled with gratitude as I celebrate this monumental milestone of attaining a doctorate degree in architecture. Yeah.
I just wanted to remind everyone that it's a recording device, so
Okay.
it's not going to unfortunately project your voice.
Okay.
So if you want our fellow students at the back to hear, speak as loud as you feel comfortable.
Okay. So my name is Evelyn, and I am from Ghana. Yes. So throughout my doctoral journey, I've been working as an architect for about 10 years. But I felt there was something more to architecture than just structures and
Yes.
concrete and steel and the roof. No. So throughout my journey, I delved deep into the realm of architecture, aspiring to understand the profound impact architecture has on our psychological well-being.
Of course.
Okay, so with my thesis, psychological approach to indoor residential environments actually focuses on combating the negative effects of isolation and extended periods of stay and confinement, particularly during a pandemic.
Yes.
And beyond.
And
Yeah.
this is lighting and decoration things
Yes,
and
yes.
organizing. Wow.
Yes. So.
What has the biggest impact?
So with my thesis, I sought to create a paradigm shift in the way we design our residential spaces in Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah. Most of our residential buildings for, let's say, the middle income or
Yes.
the low income, they are not designed in a way to support mental well-being.
They're functional.
So, exactly. So I wanted to do something that goes beyond functionality and aesthetics. Yeah. So that is what I did. And I hope that my research findings will be a catalyst for designers and even students to, create spaces that promote comfort, sustainable, environments for well-being and spaces for resilience and healing and comfort. We don't know what is going to happen next. We don't know what is going to happen in 2024. I'm not hoping for anything bad, but if our homes are going to be the set spaces for our refuge, for staying away from danger, then we really need to rethink our spaces, because that's where we are going to spend most of our days and our time. Yeah, so
Fantastic. Thank you so
very
much for sharing.
Congratulations.
And thank you so much for all the stories that we've shared. We don't have unlimited time. We might have time for 2 or 3 more people. Gentlemen, please.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I am Lula Mila Kivenbechu, affectionately known as Lulu because that's how my mother used to call me. Lulu, yes. Yes, I'm a proud graduate of in Business Strategy and Innovation Management from Atlantic International University. In terms of work, I'm working for a university located in the Global South, in South Africa, in Queenstown. I'm a lecturer there, and I've been a lecturer for some time. And I wish to say I enjoy my job because I believe that education is the key to change the world. And that's exactly what entices me with Atlantic International University. It's because of its emphasis on the accessibility and the importance of education. Because education broadens one's intellectual horizons. And that's exactly what I've benefited from AIU, because AIU helped me as a person to broaden my intellectual horizons through acquisition and accumulation of wealth of knowledge, from different specializations, a plethora of specializations, academic specializations that AIU is offering. So in my university, like in any other university, we are focusing in teaching and learning in a lecture situation, research, such that we are able to contribute to different bodies of knowledge, and also community engagement. So what we do is to go to communities, not only just recruiting, students into our university, but actively going into communities, influencing, persuading, and encouraging people out there, especially the youth, without being ageistic. Even old people are being encouraged because this is an institution of higher learning, as AIU does, to join our university and acquire the skills, capabilities, and knowledge that would make them to be of essence out there in the world of work. In terms of my research, I'm very much interested in the 16th Sustainable Development Goal. The one that looks into peace, justice, and strong institutions, But as a matter of fact, at AIU, I know that the framework within which we are expected to execute our mandate to change the world for the better is none other than the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations.
That's right.
So I'm not, I'm indifferent in terms of the importance of all those, but I think all of those Sustainable Development Goals are important, to be pursued in order to change the world for the better. Lastly, I think I need to seize this opportunity, to thank Atlantic International University.
Thank you.
Because academically it has increased our intellectual horizons, and through these acquisitions and accumulation of the wealth of knowledge, from the plethora of academic specializations that AIU is actually providing. But this notion of accelerating our exponential growth is so much important to me. And the edge that we need to break paradigms in terms of our thinking patterns, such that we become cosmopolitans in a way that we do not necessarily conform or comply or even subscribe, to predetermined biases, prejudices, and stereotypes that are usually practiced in our own homes, where we stay, in our communities where we reside, in our own various countries and continents, as well as the world in its entirety. On that note, really, I want to seize this opportunity and say thank you very much to AIU.
Thank you.
The last point that I want to make here, which I think is very important, is this question of openness, flexibility,
freedom,
responsiveness, access really to that is freedom, academic freedom, yes. You know, the question of access to education and as well as the uniqueness and interpretability of the, and as well as this question of curriculum.
Yes.
You know, that is designed, deliberately tailored to accommodate our varying interests, needs, and demands as AIU community. On that note, thank you very much. Sorry for taking much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. My sister from Trinidad. You'll be the last one. We have our next group waiting.
Yes.
But thank you. Please introduce yourself.
All right.
Thank you for sharing your experience.
All right. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shar Lee Quai, and I hail from the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right.
I don't have a problem with volume because of my background in teaching.
Okay.
Right. So I just want to very quickly share my experience at AIU. Right. So I would have started my studies with AIU back in 2021. Right, and at the point in time, I was in primary education, so I have just about 10 years experience teaching within the primary school. And within my studies at AIU, I realized that they were giving you the flexibility to study at your own rate, at your own pace, and also to integrate technology, right? With COVID catapulting us actually into this state of disarray, but also forcing us to be confined to our spaces. My classes within the primary school now had to become virtual. And within Trinidad and Tobago, that is something that's really rare, especially at the primary school level. So it really propelled me to think about how can I educate my students best using the technology. And my background as well, apart from education, is within the performing arts. And it led me to my thesis, which was focusing on a phenomenological approach to virtual dance education. Right? And it's the first of its kind, as in no one had done it, and also within my country, with a focus on the choreographic process and student motivation and agency. So my entire thesis and also the practical work that I did with the primary school students was actually done 100% online, virtually.
Wow.
Right?
That's a tough one to do virtually.
Yes,
Well done.
it was done,
Wow.
and it was successful. But apart from that, because of my studies at AIU, it also led me to become qualified and subsequently hired by the University of Trinidad and Tobago, where I now lecture in dance education. And with their focus on Go Green and becoming a paperless environment as well, my studies and the application of virtual education has actually been beneficial to the university. So I have lived my degree, and it is now helping me at the university level. So I'm very grateful to AIU for helping.
Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. And I'd just like to close just to share with everyone that we welcome you to continue to grow, continue your perpetual evolution. Even though you're graduating, you will always be a part of AIU. The virtual campus will always be open to you. We're going to share an art gallery from everything that students have created in the virtual campus within the next 30 days, before the end of the year. So log in, do some experiment, see what comes out. You can upload a picture of yourself and change it around and do different things. And then just start getting an idea of what's possible with these new tools. And join us for live classes, participate in webinars. Let us know if you need help doing some grant writing. If you'd like to co-author something with one of the staff members of AIU, let us know what you're doing. We'd be very happy to co-author someone to walk you through the steps on publishing something, because it's not a mystery. Once you've done it a few times, it's just a series of steps, and we're more than happy to help you accomplish that. And to close, I'd just like to read a quote from Albert Einstein, which reflects the decision that you've taken to pursue a unique education at a unique university, that's AIU. And that's unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. So continue to question and continue to take alternate paths. And if you're ready, if you're willing, and if you're able, All of you are willing to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals, so I invite you to take the pledge by raising your right hand and repeating after me. I pledge to use my unique talents, experience and abilities, to continue to find solutions to sustainable development goals, and uphold human rights always. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us.
Till the end of our life.
Yeah, till the end of our life. I like that. We have to add that in.